Hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your December 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Sag, happy birthday to those of you celebrating in the month of December. Now, I do see here some sort of conflict resolution coming out, and I'm actually hearing the bagpipes. So maybe some of you are military, or you have military in your bloodline. Perhaps you live near a military base. Please take that as it resonates. And I feel like there's a part of you that is feeling more comfortable, maybe coming out of your hermit shell, okay? Because you start off with the hermit, and there is a feeling here of stepping outside of a comfort zone, right? Maybe that's that military energy of feeling like you've been on base for quite some time, and now it's like, all right, I'm going out into the world. And perhaps you are acclimating to some new energies that are coming in, because I'm getting the Fool quite strongly for you. And of course, this is a new age, a new era that you're entering into here. So it wouldn't surprise me to see some new beginnings, some aces here, maybe even some tens, endings bringing in new beginnings. And I feel like you are resolving something within you, something deep within you, because you have the conflict card showing up as well. But the conflict card is about solutions. It is about overcoming those obstacles, coming out of denial. Something's been difficult here for you, Sag, with the Strength card. So there could be some triggers, there could be some adversities. But again, I feel like it's because you're acclimating to something new, coming out of your hermit shell, coming out of some sort of period where maybe you were isolated. Perhaps you've been really working on some self-healing, or perhaps you've been in a position where you weren't fully honored, you weren't fully living up to your fullest potential, and that's shifting here. And it can feel uncomfortable as you leave the comfort zone, but what's outside of that comfort zone is healthier, is what I'm getting, because bottom of the deck, you have the detox card. You're eliminating toxicity from your life. Okay, you're eliminating something, and there's the 10 at the very bottom of the deck. You have the 10 of Wands. This is about you surrendering or releasing some heavy burden that has weighed upon you for some of you quite some time. Okay, the 10 of Wands is the card of taking on too much. This can be needing to reprioritize. It is feeling a sense of over responsibility, like you're doing too much. You have too much that you are responsible for. And it just feels like delegating hasn't helped, or you haven't had support or had the help. You've just taken on a lot of responsibilities, and some of you have felt even burnt out, or you've been wanting to seek help. That's what's changing. That's what's shifting here, because you're putting something to rest, and there is a new beginning coming in here for you. I see that. And so I'm glad the 10 came up, because bottom of the deck, you have the detox card, and you're eliminating something from your life that, again, was causing you stress. This could have been a health issue. It could be work. It could be love. And what I mean by eliminating, it doesn't mean that it's exiting your life physically, however it could be, but it means that you have been working on it internally. So therefore, the way in which you are responding to the conflict is going to bear different results. Some of you have been in therapy, or you have worked on the shadow. You've worked on healing the inner child. Perhaps there's someone specific in your life that's been a very big supporter of you. Maybe this is a partnership, a family member, a best friend. But I do see someone here in your energy that really cares a lot for you. There is someone here that cares a lot for you. And I feel like there's some sort of truth coming up If you've been in denial about a situation, Sag, or if someone around you has been in denial, but you've been carrying someone else's burden, I feel like that is what you're releasing. You're saying, I can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And so many of us get tethered to an obligation, or we feel like we owe it to someone else to carry their stuff or carry their secrets or whatever it may be. And you're looking at it from a different perspective now. You're saying, wait a second, this is not helping me or my path. And if anything, it could be enabling someone else to not fully live up to their truth potential. So there's a lot of truth, a lot of enlightenment coming in here for you this month, Sag. Let's get your final archetype card. You have the Creator, beautiful. You see the artist hand there. So there's something big. There's expansion coming in. So your key themes for the month of December, you have authenticity, you have conflict, and you have spiritual toolbox. Now, don't let the conflict card alarm you, because this is about solutions. And that's what I see here. Now, what is the conflict? It has to do with some sort of Seven of Swords and the strength. It has to do with your stability, your health, your honesty. Okay, it could be that you've been going back and forth with someone important in your life. It could be that you're letting go of that rope. You're saying, wait a second, why am I still tugging on? Why am I still letting someone trigger me? Why am I not, feeling better? Because there's something that you've been in denial about, and it's coming to the surface. And I feel like now that you're consciously aware of it, you're choosing a different thought. You're choosing a different pattern. You're choosing to take action in a new and different way, which is going to yield different results. So I feel like there's massive change and transformation coming within you. So allow this conflict card to be an inspiration, because you have faced adversity. You have faced opposing views. You have faced competition, and chances are you will again. But when you know better, you do better. And I feel like you're very bright. You're a very intelligent being, Sagittarius, and you have what it takes to find answers and find solutions. And that's what I see you doing this month. Because there is no one quite like you. It's like a fingerprint with this authenticity card. No one fingerprint is the same. And I'm getting a message here about you being irreplaceable. And I know people say that all the time. People are irreplaceable. But there is something, or people are replaceable. They say that in the workplace at times, like, oh, that person leaves, I'll just get someone else. But there's someone in your world, again, and it could be this Queen of Cups that I see. Now, this could be female or male, but it's showing up as the divine feminine within them that thinks that you are, in fact, irreplaceable. And this is about your authenticity and you standing in your truth, standing in your divine power, being genuine, being honest, being ethical. There's something here about you being the real deal. And if anyone cannot see you for who you are, then they don't deserve a seat at the table, right? They don't deserve a seat at that table. And I feel like you may have put a lot of pressure on yourself, because there were certain people that were sitting at your table and you cared too much of what they thought of you, right? There was too much emphasis going on of what is that person going to think? Are they going to like my turkey? Are they going to like my potatoes? Are they going to, and those are symbolic for different parts of oneself. And I feel like you were asking, I don't want to say asking the wrong questions, but it feels like you were inviting in the wrong energy. And now you realize that you're like, wait a second. Are they helping me on my journey, or are they hindering me? And I feel like they have helped you, even if they've been challenging, they have helped you realize your potential lies within you. It's not in their hands. It lies within you. So there's something authentic. It's like you're speaking your truth. instead of holding back. You're speaking your truth instead of dimming yourself to fit in, instead of being accepted, instead of saying, well, those people at the table, right? I have to be this certain way for them to like me. I have to dress this certain way or talk this certain way or behave in this certain way. But what if, Sagittarius, what if you are you? And if those people don't like you, they're going to leave. They're going to go to a different table, right? Or maybe you leave and you go sit at the table where I'm getting the Island of Misfit Toys. Gosh, I have not seen that cartoon in decades. If you know what I'm talking about, is it the Santa Claus cartoon? Rudolph, I forget what it is, but the Island of Misfit Toys. Now, again, I'm not calling you a misfit, but it feels like it's important for you to be you because there's a sense of belonging here. And that's what I'm getting with this authenticity. You're going to find your tribe. You're going to find the right people at the right table. And this table is full of laughter. This table is full of stories and excitement. And, it feels like you're not afraid to express you. You're not afraid to be who you are, unencumbered by judgments and criticism and, alienation and admonishment, right? I feel like you are letting that go. Spiritual toolbox, sage, pendulums, tarot, and oracle, crystals, meditation, sacred space, and runes. So Sagittarius, some of you are really diving into the tools that you have available at all times, the tools that you have to access your higher self and to access the divine, because the divine is within you. So I feel like you could be honing in on some spiritual practices, maybe meditating more. You're finding answers through meditation, through moments of quiet. Your intuition is bang on. I'm going to tell you that one more time. Your intuition, Sagittarius, is bang on. Listen to it. But you've self-doubted yourself in the past. So at times your intuition has come through. And because the results yielded different, you said, I'm not good at trust or following my intuition. That's not my intuition. Or you've doubted it, or you've second guessed it, or maybe people have made fun of you for it. I feel like you are working through self-doubt. That is one of those burdens that you are releasing. Some of these burdens that you may carry: perfectionism, fear of failure, fear of success, self-doubt, lack of confidence, health, right? Not being good enough. Whatever it is that you've been carrying on your shoulders that may have even created some dis-ease in the body. So let's jump over to health here because we have the detox card at the bottom of the deck. Some of you, this has to do with your neck region, your back, your shoulders. For others of you, you may have even had some sort of surgery. You may have a herniated disc or a slipped disc. Some of you could have had issues with the throat, with the thyroids. I'm also seeing here fasting, going on a diet, watching your sugar intake, watching your caffeine intake, maybe juicing, eliminating alcohol, eliminating things that cause you to misjudge or feel like you get to a place of feeling very heavy, right? Like overeating or over drinking, whatever it may be that you are putting into your body, whether it be surrounding yourself with the wrong types of people who put you down, people that gossip, people who, they're just not who you represent. I feel like you're really taking a look at all of those areas in your life, Sag, and you're saying, what do I need to do to create healthier choices in my life? Who do I need to become? That's really what the question is here. Who do I need to become? Because the actions that you take from here on out are aligning with that version of you that you want to become in the future. Beautiful. You have gone through some spiritual awakenings. For some of you, you may have even had like a near-death experience at some point in your life. I'm getting someone had a near-death experience while they were young. Maybe that's that war, that military that I was picking up on. For others of you, I mean, in spiritual enlightenment doesn't have to just come from a huge aha moment. I mean, we can receive awakenings at any time. They can be small. They are not insignificant just because they're smaller. That's what I'm meaning here. But you're being reborn in a sense. And I feel like through this period of transformation, there's a truth. There's a truth that's bubbling up within you that you cannot deny, that you cannot ignore. All right, let's dive into the tarot, starting off with the Hermit. The Hermit is solitude. It's introspection, right? Soul searching. It can be a very introverted energy. Now, Sag, you're known at times for being the life of the party, for being the host, for traveling big and being fun and just, being out there, extrovert at times. But you've been withdrawn. There may have been a period of your life that you kind of had to go in and you had to recoup. And we all do that from time to time. So if you've been in this period of introspection, you could be coming out of your shell. And for those of you that are exhausted and maybe you've been putting yourself out there too much, this could be a time where you do go inward and you reflect. So take it as it resonates to you, because you are going to know when it's time to hermit and when it's time to come out of your shell. Now, next we have the Page of Swords showing up. Now, the Page of Swords is fiery. I personally love the Page of Swords. Now, sometimes he can get known, he's known for cocky or bratty or even arrogant, but it's all about how we use the mind. And to me, this can even be humorous. It can be using the mind to gauge, right? Gauge where you're at and learn more. Learn more about something that you don't quite know about, because that's what the page is all about. Pages are students. Pages are about communication. So I feel like this page is ready for a new challenge. He's curious. He is a fact lover. He's going searching for that truth that I see here. Now, for some of you though, I feel like this is a part of you, but for some of you, you are dealing with a Page of Swords in reverse. Now, Page of Swords in reverse, there's that cocky, arrogant, thinks that they know everything, but they're showing up as a page. You could be dealing with that person. And the reason I say that is because you do have the Seven of Swords here. And the Seven of Swords with the conflict, it feels like you could have been dealing with someone who is immature, or they may have been very gossipy. This can be spying and, again, just arrogant. And I feel like someone wasn't honest with you. They weren't honest. It's like they were trying to manipulate you with their words, but you saw right through them. Why? Because they're a page. And I feel like it's not going to work with you. They tried to pull the wool over your eyes, and you're like, whoa, wait a second. I've seen that before. You're not going to pull a fast one over me. However, there is a choice to make. You have the Two of Wands showing up in your energy. The Two of Wands is a decision point. And I feel because I see the Seven of Swords showing up, the Seven of Swords can be the card of denial, hiding motives, someone hiding their motives. It can be cheating. It can be lying. I feel in this case, though, it has to do with someone's motives. It's like they wanted to push and pull, but they weren't telling you the full story. And you saw through it, or you do see through it now. And if this is you, if this is a characteristic of yourself, that you are in some sort of survival or fight mode, because sometimes the Seven of Swords is self-preservation. It is us doing what we need to do just to survive, just to get by. But I feel like you're using that brilliant mind of yours, Sag, to come up with an action plan, come up with a new way and say, yes, this is challenging, but I have options and I'm going to go find them. I'm going to dig for the truth. I'm going to be curious. I'm going to find solutions no matter what it takes, because this page, right, he is a fact lover. He is a truth seeker, and he's going to continue moving forward excuse me, based in some sort of curiosity. And so I feel like that could be how some of you are finding some answers here. And that could be part of the new path that is opening up for you. Because look at, there is a division here. There is a new path. You've been asking the universe, you've been praying, you've been, wanting that inner compass within you to light itself up. But this is the path of exploration. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt the path ahead. And it's time to step out of your comfort zone. That is what I'm seeing here. And this is centrally located in your reading. So the biggest message that I'm getting for you, one of them for December, is don't be afraid to try something new. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone and truly show up in your authenticity. Truly show up in your unique vision, because you do have some sort of vision here. I feel like you are a visionary at times, right? And next we have the strength. This is going to take strength, yes. Courage, determination, but all things that you have within you, because you've been there before, right? You've been in the face of fear before, and you'll be there again. But this is about self-control. It's about overcoming difficulty and having the courage to not doubt or not fight or not flight, but to deal with what you need to head on. And I see that's what you're doing with the conflict. You're dealing with something head on. And that's going to put you in a position that is for your highest good moving forward. And I just feel like this has to do with your health, mental health, physical health, financial health. Now, your final outcome here is the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. I told you there was someone loving, caring, nurturing. Queen of Cups could also be a part of your psyche, but I feel like there's more than one energy here. There's an energy of reliability, of discipline, of respect, of strength with the King of Pentacles, right? This could be part of your career path, part of your wealth, part of your abundance. It could be part of your own psyche. Now, the Queen of Cups, she fosters genuine connection. She is a lover, not a fighter. And because I see that there's been some sort of conflict here, I feel like you want to settle it with love, even if that means self-love first. Even if you settle some sort of conflict by saying, hey, this is what's best for me or best for my highest good. Even if it means honoring yourself, honoring your integrity by letting that go, or by stepping outside of the ego to make amends. But the Queen of Cups showing up, she's very intuitive. She's very empathic. She could be a psychic. She could be a tarot reader. She could be a healer, a Reiki practitioner, or someone who just embraces her intuition and her ability to be an empath, her ability to pick up on the energies of others around her. And I feel for a lot of you, this is someone around you that cares a lot for you, Sag. Someone that cares a lot for you, or they have some very valuable information that is going to help you keep your heart open. Because what do? Sometimes when we go through challenging situations, we shut down our heart. And we talk about the walls, right? We talk about sometimes we build a wall, but that doesn't allow people to come in or go out. And it feels like instead of building that bigger wall, you're building a longer table. I'm not sure. Did I mention that earlier? I may have. But I feel like this is about you not shutting yourself off to the world. This is about you remaining open. And yeah, it's going to require vulnerability and compassion, because the strength is about vulnerability, but it's also about, our animalistic primal needs. And maybe that's why the Seven of Swords is coming up here, because there's something very primal, but there's something also very compassionate, very beautiful and vulnerable showing up here in your energy. All right, let's look at health. What else do we have for health? Some of you, it's important to get a second opinion, okay? Or to be open to alternative ways of healing, or listening to someone else, okay? It doesn't mean that someone has been feeding you false information, but I feel like that could be something that's happened, right? Or it could be that you've very much been stuck on this certain point of view from someone around you, but it's time to step outside the comfort zone and maybe ask for additional guidance elsewhere, or to ask again for that second opinion, or to do some research on your own and be willing to expand the mind, be willing to learn and grow, and maybe put aside some of the things that you've learned, and be open to exploring a new path. And then you can integrate them. Then you can bring them together and siphon what resonates most with you. Okay. When it comes to health, with the strength card, this could be physical strength for some of you. It may have been hard to like squeeze your hand is what I'm getting. Maybe you lost your strength in an area. Perhaps this has to do with calcium, bone density, bone marrow. Maybe some of you are needing adequate vitamins, or it just feels like vitality here with the strength, okay? And you may have even faced a lot of fears, right? There could be a lot of anxiety with the strength, and this could be hypervigilance. So adrenals, this can wreak havoc on the adrenals when we're in that constant state of fight or flight, because we're not meant to be in that constant state. We really aren't. It is supposed to be reserved for our primal nature when we're fighting a lion, and of course, or fighting a tiger. But yes, we're not living in those days, but I feel like it's really beneficial to reduce stress, because stress is creating havoc. It really does. Stress creates havoc in the body. So go back to your spiritual tool belt here and work on ways to reduce that stress and anxiety. Ashwagandha, some of you, ashwagandha, maybe an herb worth looking into. Melissa, lemon balm is another one. And I'm also getting sleep being affected for some of you. So perhaps there's a sleep aid, a sleep study, or maybe lavender, or you're finding ways to wind down. Now, for those of you that have a hard time shutting off your brain, try some new sleep routines. Don't look at the phone for an hour before bed. Keep your phone in a different room, or whatever new routines that you need to implement. It's going to be worth it. And it may feel like a sacrifice at first, but because I'm getting health at the bottom of the deck, detox, it's important that you be willing to sacrifice a few things in order to feel better long term. Okay. All right, Sag. Let's look at career, wealth, money, abundance. You have here the Cup card. This talks about nurturing. This is that Queen of Cups. You could be someone who is a nurturer. You take care of others. You could be taking care of your business at this time. This is a feeling of wanting to be fulfilled, right? Emotional fulfillment. But you have been filling your cup, and it feels like there's a hole. It feels like there's a hole at the bottom of the cup, right? And no matter how much you pour in, it just feels like it's being emptied faster than what's coming in. And I feel like you're focusing on that. You're focusing on your commitments. You're focusing on your self-investments. And I do feel like you are reflecting. You're considering potential additional paths, or considering multiple streams of income. Okay, multiple streams showing up here. Now you have settling. All right, there is something here, especially if you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders with that 10 of Wands, and you feel like your cup is not being filled, right? It feels like there's a hole in the cup. Your soul is telling you that you're on the wrong path, right? You may be settling. It may be time to patch up that cup and to find fulfilling investments, commitments, and opportunities that are going to bring you joy. Allow yourself the time and space to evolve and find your true path. I feel like the time is here. That's why you have the Two of Wands showing up in the middle of your reading, because this is your inner compass here. There's been a period of maybe hesitation, overwhelm, There's been a period of doubt or indecision. And I feel like there's a choice needing to be made before we enter the new year, or definitely January, because I'm getting like mid-January is when you finally feel like you're moving forward here. And if you're in a state of avoidance, which sometimes that Seven of Swords can be in a state of avoidance, it's because the action is too hard, right? The action is too hard. But that's why the strength comes in and says, yes, it's going to feel hard to get up each morning and exercise for 30 minutes. It's going to be hard to cut out those sweets when you've been eating them for 40 years, right? Or it's going to be difficult to cut something out of your life or to unburden something here. But is it going to be worth it? Absolutely. And you have the strength on your side. So you can do this, Sag, whatever it may be for you. Some of you could be mechanics or work in a setting that is automotive, that is aerospace, or maybe even a repair technician. I feel like you could have some sort of repair done in the month of December, maybe on your vehicle. Okay, this could be a repair to plumbing, or it could be electrical. I'm getting HVAC here. Yeah, there is something about someone coming to visit or someone coming to fix something. Maybe it's a family member or a spouse, someone who's able to fix or take a look at an issue, but then they're able to find a solution, right? That's why we have the conflict card. You can easily fix your finances, but a sacrifice may be needed. And we just talked about that. Yeah, so there is something here. And it may be that, in order to save up for something that you truly want, you kind of have to get rid of something that you don't need, right? Maybe get rid of something you don't need, get rid of spending money on that cup of coffee, or, that treat that you treat yourself to daily or weekly, whatever it is. I feel like there's a rebalancing between needs and wants this month. Next, you have growth. Expect good money flow, a raise, or a new job offer. And that is coming in because the 10, like I said, the ending is bringing in a new beginning for you. It's important to unlearn, to grow as rules continue to morph and change. And I was picking up on that earlier where I said, take what you've learned, set it aside, right? So you can be open to discovery over here, and then you can integrate. Then you can put the two together and say, what can I make out of this? How can I integrate what I've learned? Or do I just need to throw that out entirely, right? Send it to the curb. I'm going to move forward in this new growth. It says you could be delaying growth. The process of healing is worth doing. If there's something here that needs to be worked on, address it. Okay, that is important. And this could pertain to physical health, mental health, maybe doctoring up finances by taking a look, seeking out a financial advisor, really consolidating, right? Consolidating debt, or, looking at where your investments lie, looking at where your money is coming in from and what you're spending. So I feel like you could be really analyzing finances here. And your last card, Sag, is comfort. Comfort here. Though you're not exactly rich, you will be living comfortably. You are re-entering the most comfortable period. Oh, interesting. It actually says but there's no apostrophe. So I read it as you are re-entering. So interesting, because two things coming up here. You could be entering, so this is phase 1 of the most prosperous time of your life. Or perhaps if you have lost, maybe there's been some sort of a loss in the past, you could be re-entering into a profitable time for you. Your finances are coming into a state of balance. Yes, they are. With that King of Pentacles here, I mean, he's big boss energy. He focuses on his success, on his money. He's stable. He is, traditional. He can be materially wealthy. He's very abundant. He is someone who's worked his way to the top, and now he's able to enjoy the fruits of his labor. And if you're not there yet, it's going to require you to step out of a comfort zone. And I feel the progress is actually going to happen quickly for you. Not overnight, but it is going to, you're going to bear fruit and see results sooner rather than later. That's going to get you fully to maybe that 10 of Pentacles, 9 or 10 of Pentacles. So I'll be curious to see your 2025 unfold, because I definitely feel like there's a part of you that is, you know, overcoming some deep things that you've been dealing with for possibly years. Okay, I'm getting years for some of you. All right, Sag, let's look at love, relationships, family dynamics, siblings, parents, children. This is looking good. Actually, it's looking good. Now, your first card out is the Sword and Rose. So if you are in a relationship currently and you're with your spouse, you're with your partner, the biggest thing here is communication. The biggest thing is being honest with yourself and being honest with each other. There may have been some revelations that have come up, and these revelations need to be discussed, because it's when we mask ourselves, when we do not share what we need or how we truly feel, that it gets, you know, pushed under the rug, and therefore resentment breeds and we feel isolated, we feel rejected. So I feel like this is a very powerful time for you to take a look at your needs in a relationship, and are they being met? Is there something that you need to speak up and talk to your partner about? Now, for those of you that are in a relationship, but it's been very difficult, maybe this individual has lied, or perhaps there's been a lot of battle, a lot of back and forth, being together, you know, off and on, you know, those relationships, you've heard of them. It's a lot of drama. I feel like you've disconnected from the energy. Now, I'm not sure if this is physically, if this is just emotionally, mentally, but I feel like there's a new path ahead for you. There's a new path, but it's going to require you to make this decision. And I feel like the decision is going to bring about you stepping out of your comfort zone and coming out of denial. And it's going to lead to a more enriching partnership down the road. Okay, more enriching partnership down the road. Now, for a lot of you Sagittarians, I feel like you could be single, or I feel like you've been in a singular energy here. And we do have the Coffee Cup. The Coffee Cup is about meeting and talking with someone new. Okay, this could be spending time with your family, with your loved ones. And what better time to do that than over the holiday season? This is savoring the moment. Someone who's also crossed over was a big coffee drinker is what I'm getting. Maybe Folgers coffee, or just feels like someone made coffee every morning, maybe at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. There's always coffee at this individual's house, or maybe you drink coffee with them. But I do feel like there's conversation coming in here, and there's going to be truthful conversations between you and some people that you have emotionally bonded to. This could be friends. You could be talking to someone new, because I see the talking card here. And this is awaiting a message. Right next to it, you have the love call, and it reminds me of a dating app. So some of you could be dating online. You could be talking to someone FaceTime or over the phone or text messages. This is email, and just talking a little bit more. So there is someone possibly new coming in with that Page of Swords who really likes to talk, but they're intelligent. You may not know if they're going to be the King of Swords yet, because you're still in the beginning stages potentially. But I feel like they're more than that. They're actually a King of Pentacles. So it feels like not only do they have the intellect, not only do they have the knowledge, but I feel like they're expressing themselves with that Page of Swords. They're curious about you. They're informing you how they feel. And for those of you that are going through a bit of a heartache or a heartbreak, you may be taking this month to just heal the heart. You may have dealt with a toxic situation, maybe even some sort of addiction, maybe abuse. You're healing the heart, and you're taking some time out, and you're saying, Mel, I don't have anyone here that I want to connect to and talk to on a romantic level. I need my family. I need my friends. And that's the best for you to do, right? If you need to hermit because of some sort of heartbreak, then allow yourself that time to just feel and just be with those emotions and to allow people to love and support you in the best possible ways. All right. Let's take a look at your soul's truth. We have here expectations. Oof, that's not a fun one. So many people get lost in expectations, and that can hold us back. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? This can be expectations on ourselves or on others. And it says the expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. Maybe that's that Seven of Swords, delusion, right? And getting honest with oneself by choosing to step outside of the ego. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. I feel like that's what you're heading into. We talk about sacrifice in your reading here, and I feel like you're dropping the expectations in a sense. I feel like you are allowing that authenticity to shine, right? You're allowing yourself to be all of you, unencumbered by expectations, by criticism and judgments, everything we talked about earlier. What are you most afraid of losing? As we grow, change, and transform our lives, it requires us to let go of something that was, to make room for what will be. If you were to take the big leap today, right? There's that Fool energy. There's the new beginning. If you were to take that today, would you feel scared of losing love, safety, or belonging? What if it was a big fat lie, Sag? What if it was impossible to lose any of those things because you have the power to give everything you need to yourself? Name that fear and look at the worst case scenario. Find a solution. Take your power back by being certain of who you are and where you are going. Today's mantra, I move forward knowing I am powerful beyond measure. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Beautiful. For those of you that want to be entered into the free reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop that affirmation in the comment section below. I am loved, I am safe, and I belong. Drop it in that comment section below and affirm it. Know that that is your truth, because it absolutely is. And anything that tells you differently is a lie. Now, last but not least, Sagittarius, you are the creator archetype this month. So let's take a look at the creator. And I feel like you are possibly towards the second half of December. You're feeling more alive. You're feeling more like coming out of that cave. And I feel like you are creating something quite profound in your life at this time. This is the artist, the alchemist, the innovator, the creator. The first archetype in the trio of existence is not intimidated by darkness or by lack. They know that from the void, creation inevitably emerges with meager, minimal, and outlandish materials. The creator reveals a new image. They make the empty room resonate with healing sounds. They generate bounty from the seed that others tossed away. Though generative, this archetype annihilates preconceived notions of what is possible, leaving unexpected openings in the wake of its destruction. The creator does this by first being absolutely present to what is, not imagining or wishing things were different, and second, trusting that a force greater than themselves awaits constant collaboration with each human soul. Whether we call it nature, God, goddess, Shakti, or divinity, it remains nameless. It is the creator's lifelong companion. When this is showing up as the light aspect, Sag, this is curiosity. It's playfulness, it's open, and it's surprising. When it's showing up as the shadow, it can be burdened. It's that 10 of Pentacles, or excuse me, 10 of Wands. It's burdened. It can lose its spark. To increase your creator energy, ward off jadedness at all cost. Recommit to childlike curiosities and nix the rules. Yeah, nix the rules. Have fun. The creator is naturally attractive and coveted as its energy zings with possibility. You can feel when a creator type enters the room. All eyes land on them. If you want to go deeper, Vincent van Gogh's Letters to his brother Theo. Letters to his brother Theo. Sagittarius, that is what I have for you. That is the embodiment of the archetype that you are drawing in the month of December 2024. That is what I have for you, beautiful souls. I hope this resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And do drop that affirmation in the comment section below to be entered into the giveaway. Lots of love, Sag.